Welcome to Enduro 360. I'm your host, Chili White. Been working out in the garage today, getting ready to go out on a new trip, and we've been working a little bit on the 2013 KTM 350 EXC. So I thought I'd take you just a moment and show you some of the things we've been doing to it. If you hadn't heard by now, I love this motorcycle. This is such a great bike. I'm just so lucky to have both it and the Husaberg here right now to test. And it's kind of interesting getting to ride them back to back, but honestly, they're really close to each other. I'm getting a lot of hours, a lot of time on this thing. We're heading out for a couple of days dual sport rides, so thought I'd show you what I've been doing to get prepped for it. As you can see, I've got the big KTM 13-liter tank on here. This is the same tank we had on the 500 earlier this year. I like it. It works pretty well. One thing about it, this is the only tank available that gives you the opportunity to still leave the charcoal canister and all of the smog paraphernalia intact. The downside is you're giving up a little bit of fuel space for that, but it's nice that you can run it and leave the bike totally stock. You can also see we've got the Giant Loop tank bag on. For a couple of years I've been using the Giant Loop Mojave bag that sits back here, and I really like that thing, but the tank bag, now that I've got it, it's one of those things I wonder how I ever lived without it. It doesn't look very big, but I can actually stuff quite a bit of stuff in there. It's just really handy to use out on the trail all day. We've had the Seat Concepts seat on, but they've got this cool new seat cover with the orange stitching on it. And when I saw that, I was like, I got to get one of those and put on the bike. It just looks so nice on there. This seat, everybody who climbs on this bike is just like, wow, I can't believe how cool that seat is. Even a couple of guys who've been riding at the motocross track are like, man, that thing's way too comfortable to be riding on the motocross track. But the point being, it's comfortable without being bulky or in the way. It just really works well. What else? We got the stock Maxxis tires, and I got 1,000 miles on those tires before I finally ditched them. And so now I've got a set of Kendall Washugels on here, just run air tubes in them. I love those Washugels. They're such a great do-everything tire. And they're DOT approved, so we're still street legal. Oh, skid plate. This thing took a while to come in, but I'm so excited that it's here. If you remember earlier in the year when we got the gas, it had that cool AXP plastic formed skid plate on it. We now have that here for the 350. I actually had them send it to us from France, where they're from. But I think this is available in the Moose catalog now. It's just about as clean. The gas one actually fit just a little bit better. It's a little cleaner, but this still goes on real nice. And it's got lots of protection, so I'm pretty excited about that. And, we got a couple of protection items. Bulletproof Designs. We've got their shark fin on there. And that's a one-piece unit that replaces the stock brake carrier. So that thing's really just a beautiful piece. And then I have kind of a funny story to tell you. Actually, I have two stories to tell you about their brand new swing arm protector. So here it is. If you're familiar with this, they've redesigned this to make it a lot sleeker. So the first story is, like a year ago, I was like, hey, you guys, you should do something about those bolts so they're not hanging out in the air. And my suggestion went into the we'll consider it file. Well, once Taddy said, hey, you guys should redesign that so it looks like this and the bolt heads aren't sticking out, boom, it was done. Well, either way, we got the cool swing arm protector. So my second story about the swing arm protector is when I went to Romania, to Romaniacs, I took some Bulletproof Designs product with me. I took a set of radiator guards and that swing arm protector. And I approached Chris Birch, didn't know him, just said, hey Chris, I brought these parts, you're welcome to use them if you'd like. He handed them to his factory KTM mechanic. Mechanic looked at the radiator guards and said, yeah, absolutely, we'll run those. I handed him the swing arm protector, and Chris looks at me kind of funny. He's like, what's that thing for? I'm like, well, that's to keep you from breaking the tabs off the swing arm. And he looked at me like I was crazy. He's like, never heard of such a thing. So I'm like, all right, whatever, take it home with you. Since then, Chris has gotten hooked up with Bulletproof Designs. It's run all their stuff. And Nate the other day sent me an email from Chris. Chris says, hey, I got a brand new 300, got it all dialed in. all ready to go race. Took it out. First ride out, very first ride, I went straight out, tipped over, and broke both tabs off the swing arm. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna start running that guard. So there you go. That's our 350 all ready to get a tank of fuel and head out. Pretty stoked with it. You know, the only thing I haven't done to this bike that I wanted to was upgrade the headlight. I've got the new Baja Design Squadron mounted up on the 450, which is now a 525, and we're going to talk about that next week because I'm pretty stoked about that light. So there you go. Hey, thanks for tuning in. We will talk to you soon. This is Chili checking out, getting ready to go riding.